Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Heather Stamper with all the writing goodies. And so today what I wanted to talk about was writers groups. And I know what you're thinking, but Heather, I stand alone in my principles. I write alone. This is my fortress of solitude. Yeah, that's great. But if you are in any way trying to get yourself published, you're gonna need people. Even in the self-publishing world, you are going to need people. You'll need people to take a look at what you wrote, to take comment, get feedback, bounce ideas off of, not to mention revise and edit the thing, marketing, all the things. So let's talk about writers groups. Now, I joined my first writers group back at the beginning of this century, which sounds like an awfully long time ago. My gosh. And I actually found that group through the listing of events for Barnes and Nobles. But I found that group. It was open to any members. And so I decided to just come on in. And everyone was so nice and inviting. And they wanted to hear what I had to say. I didn't write like anybody else in that group, and that was cool. Everybody had different things they were writing about. Some of them wrote mystery, some of them wrote poetry, some of them were writing their memoirs, and that was awesome. Some wrote kids, some wrote fantasy, some wrote whatever. Because of those groups, I was able to make some connections. One connection was, that's how I met my husband. No, Neil Patrick Harris is not in that show. No. Since then, I've been involved in a couple of different writers groups, some in person, some online, some through correspondence. They're all wonderful things. So where do you go to find a writers group in the year 2021? Well, I'll say it before and I'll say it again. You Google it, or you can check Facebook. Facebook has different writers groups. I know my group, the Highland Writers Group, has a Facebook page. There's different writers group. You can even just go into the search bar and say writers groups near me and go and see what they have to say. You can also go on to sites that have affiliations with like professional writers and authors. If you're interested in writing children's books, then you're going to want to join SCBWI, Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators. There are other groups too. It's just a matter of looking for whatever your genre or interests are. Other places where you can look is go to like the reference area at a bookstore. They're still out there, right? Right? They are still there. Just go and check the reference section in the bookstore or your library. Yes, those still exist too. And find where it would be like writers associations or agents guides, things like that. Those are all good places that you can go and check and write your book and find a group that will help you. You can check local community centers. Probably the easiest will be finding one on social media because they're just out there. And anyone that is in a writers group nowadays are in some form of either Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, pick a thing. They're out there. You can always go on a writing retreat. You're looking for a way to get out of the house because you've been quarantined since forever. Join a writing retreat. Now, those things can get pricey, so, look carefully. Also, another wonderful thing about the local library, they have events. And they're adding more and more events now that, restrictions are being lifted. You can go there. If they don't have a writers group there, then you can do one of two things. You can either ask them, they may know of some that are out there, or you make your own. I know, it's scary. Do you know people? Do you know people who like to write that can bounce ideas off of each other? It's social. This is why coffee shops are great now that they're opening up those restrictions as well. You go there, you get your crunchy snack, you get your caffeine fix, you share your writing, and they can say, oh, that's really good, or, oh, well, that was interesting. And you can't be afraid of that kind of stuff. You can't be afraid of them saying, ew, I didn't like it. Well, what about it don't they like? And it's not personal, it's the writing, okay? You're not going to please everybody, so don't try. Just go in with an open mind, open heart, open ears, all the things open, and listen to what they have to say. if they're a good writers group, they're going to have constructive criticism for you. They're going to say, gee, you know, this would work better if you try, or have you thought about doing this? And then you can take or leave. Just because somebody in a writers group says to do something does not make it law. You know your writing. Take or leave the suggestions where they're at. You never know. You could even have fun. Fun with writing. And not just on crazy videos like this one. Yes, it can happen, people. And if you find the right group, it is absolutely amazing. You're going to end up with a group of friends and their wonderful creative ideas. Networking can happen. You know, somebody may get an agent. They may be able to help guide you in getting your own agent to get your book published, or say, hey, I know of a good editing company or editing group, or hey, I have beta readers looking for something to read. The sky's the limits. So you got something written, you need to share it with somebody, find or create a writers group. They are out there. Libraries, bookstores, online. They can be virtual, they can be in person, whatever your comfort level is. Go for it. Give it a try. What's the worst that can happen? Right? Right? It'll be fine. You know, let me know in the comments below if you have any other resources that you use to find writers groups, or if you are in search of a writers group and need some more detail. I'll be more than happy to message anybody who is looking for that kind of information. And as always, if you like these kind of videos, please feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button and ding-a-ling the little bell so that you can see more videos of me talking about writing and all the things that go with it. All right, I will see you on the next video, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.